Welcome to the Intuitive Teacup, my friends. These tarot readings are meant to motivate, empower, and inspire you. Please keep an open heart and an open mind as you watch these general readings, as some material will resonate and some might not. Do have faith it is serving someone out there, and take away only what resonates for you. Please release the rest. Feel free to book a personal reading with me if you would like something catered specifically to your inquiries and energy. That information is down below for you. You are responsible for all actions and decisions and the vibe that you bring to this channel. This is optional advice or guidance, and of course, you will always have free will. Check the box below for my social media links, the decks I use, and more information on this channel. Let's hop into your tarot reading. All right, Aquarius, what's up? Happy February, happy early Valentine's Day, depending on when you watch this, and happy birthday, most importantly. We are going to do love and romance tarot, so sneak peek. We are going to talk about how you can love yourself more. We will talk about what you contribute positively into relationships versus maybe some areas of growth needing a little bit of your attention. You know, tarot is for self-growth, right? So we're going to use it for that. And then last but not least, you have who or what is coming in. It already looks like you actually have some really beautiful cards here, so I'm excited for you. So let's go ahead and hop in, all right? So how can you love yourself more? Make the effort. This is about following your gut intuition and your instincts. A lot of you, it feels like you, I don't know if you're already coupled up. It feels like a lot of you are, or you may be about to be entering some sort of new cycle where there's a lot of playful, innocent vibes, and it actually seems like this may actually be a very strong friendship in your life for the coming months, but it seems like it has the potential to turn romantic. So how do you love yourself more? It says, make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So there's something about this to me that says, don't be shy, don't play coy, or don't play hard to get. It's like if your heart is feeling drawn to someone, it's kind of like make your intentions known. You have nothing to lose. And I know that seems like a very simplistic message. Like I know you guys in your head may be making it very complicated. Oh, well, I can't. You don't understand. We have a history. There's details. There's this. Universe is saying it's actually not that. It's not that complex. Don't make it that. If you're feeling drawn towards someone, you have no reason not to make the effort as long as you think it's in alignment with your values, with respecting yourself, right? And making sure that there's someone on the other end of that who there's reciprocity with, essentially someone who will value you as well. But you have the Chariot card here, so that can be a card of victory. It can also be, I'm almost getting temperance out of this, which is very unusual, but I was about to talk about the Chariot and I instantly heard blending of opposites, and that's typically what temperance is. So it's very possible that you're attracted to this person, whoever this is, because you guys are very different. But within that, it's almost like the yin yang, right? It comes together and it's like opposite but equal, something like that. It could be a Cancer. The reason being Chariot is the card of Cancer. It doesn't really matter the zodiac sign though. Some of you may have been invited to take a trip with this person, like a day trip, or I don't know if it's a vacation or to go meet the family, but with the Chariot, something like a road trip. It could be something like that, or it may involve some sort of travel to get to them, especially by car. Not necessarily flight and air travel, but yeah, in order to go see this person. I don't know if you guys met in some sort of common situation, but ultimately you live very far apart. You may decide that, maybe they are worth going towards, and I think universe is saying, yeah, it's like, go, my child, just go, follow your instincts, right? Someone in this relationship may have I don't want to say a history, that makes it sound so serious, but they may default to playing hard to get because they like to play games. The thing is, I don't think they're intending to play mental games. I think they're just immature. Now, that could be you, Aquarius. This could be who you're dealing with. I think this person likes the thrill of the chase. I think they like to keep it interesting. And there's kind of a message here, too, of like, you guys will find other ways to keep it interesting, without me saying all the details. Do you understand what I mean? Like, there's more things to discover about each other. I think this person has a very wild sense of adventure, which will carry through into all your sexual escapades and all that kind of thing. So, the whole idea of like playing hard to get, I think universe is saying, can we not do that? Like, I'm almost getting like, that's so junior high. Like, if you like this person, just say it, and then there won't be any confusion or there won't be any mystery. You'll know exactly where this person stands. So I know for some of you, that's like taking a big scary risk, the idea of being vulnerable and having to do that. But I'm just going to offer you to this. If you haven't ever done that in a relationship, but you're really feeling a strong connection here, maybe that will be like the I'm hearing like a deal breaker, but not in a bad way. I don't think that's the correct word, but essentially what I'm hearing is, or maybe it's like seal the deal. I don't know, something about that. It's like this is going to be the one that's different because you do something you've never done before. Shocking, right? I think it will work out in your favor. The reason being you have the card of victory. You have the Chariot. It's about balancing your inner energy, your dark and your light, and ultimately using them together to move forward. And interesting, when I said that, something about the dark and the light, you may have very spiritually different backgrounds or having grown up practicing a certain religion that's very different. Or it could even be like your ethnicity, a racial background. It may be like a mixed marriage or something like that. There's something about the blending of opposites that work beautifully together. So even if it's not race or religion or whatever it is, there's something very different or opposing. It could be your opposite sign, the zodiac. Maybe it's something with a Leo. That, for some reason or another, in the month of February, it could be very beneficial for you to move forward towards that person. Okay, so anyway, let's move here. What do you positively contribute in relationships? You are not a closed-minded person. You keep an open mind. You don't judge a book by its cover, Aquarius. So these are just little nods of confirmation that you're doing it right from Spirit. I'm going to get into areas where we can seek improvement, but right now this area is just simply saying, hey, you're crushing it in this capacity, in this area, and it's saying you have a very open mind. You're not judgmental when people tell you things, no matter how kooky or wacky or different it is. You find it fascinating. So where other people may here's the important message here. Where other people may turn them away for sharing too much or whatever, saying something that maybe is a little bit rebellious or risky or controversial, you're just like, oh, really? Tell me more, right? Because essentially, I think you enjoy the learning process. You learn communicating with this person and chatting with this person and hearing their stories and hearing new ideas, and you're fascinated by like the conversations you guys have, as well as like how their mind works. You love hearing about their experiences, and what I'm getting is you've met your match because this person, they actually love talking about themselves. So I don't mean to say that they're like an egomaniac, but it's like they're probably like me. They probably have like a lot of like, a Mercury placement that's just like, yes, let's talk a lot, right? And so if you're open to that, it seems like this person could talk all day and all night. Which could get exhausting, right? But no, it's like the conversation between you could be quite easy. And again, there's something very valuable about you not, again, just I keep wanting to say not judging a book by its cover. You're very open to new things, and I think that's something this person really needs, so you guys would be a good fit. And I think it's mutual. I think this person is again up for adventures, right? It's almost like you want to write the history books together. You want to create a fun little story between the two of you guys. They may literally be a writer. Okay, so yeah, here's what I was getting before. This isn't a slight on you by any means. It's actually the opposite. This whole thing of validating you being open-minded, the reason why this thing is coming in for you, whether this is a long-term relationship or just a karmic, something that, it'll be nice, but it may or may not last, and ultimately you will definitely learn something from it, negative or positive, right? That perspective is up to you. It doesn't have to be either or. However, there's something about this person where they have been very vulnerable and shared things about themselves in other relationships, and it ended in 5 of Cups. So this person looks back and they regret that they were so open and real and authentic and vulnerable because they felt like people took shots at them because of it, or they rejected them because of that. So it's really great that this person has crossed paths with you, Aquarius, because you're going to be that person who allows them to open up again and to not hide their baggage or feel ashamed or whatever it is that this person's been through, because there may be several things that this person feels like they can't discuss openly in time, because I think they realize when you guys chat or whatever, back and forth, message each other, you're so open to hearing more and wanting to hear more, and it's like you are able to carry on a conversation. It's like you're a good tennis player. It's like they text you and then you text them back, and that's how conversations should work. Can we tell the dating app people? Right? A good tennis player, right? The ball goes back and forth. There's something where you don't even have to do it purposely. Just over time, there's a natural development where this person feels like they can open up to you slowly. in ways that they haven't been able to do for a long time. So this is beautiful. This is really cool. I love this energy, Aquarius. All right. And they may involve sharing something about their kids, if they have kids, or it may involve something that happened to them as a child in their childhood, like having some deep-seated heavy wounds that I think they're in the process of healing. I don't think they're coming into this relationship loving from a place of lack. It's not that they haven't done a lot of shadow work. I think they have, but they are a sensitive person. So yeah, they are very sensitive to criticism and judgment, and it doesn't seem like that's going to be an issue with you. So hats off to you. That's awesome. All right, so areas of focus, areas where maybe it just needs a little zhuzhing, a little extra love, right? Some time and attention. Getting to know each other. I mean, how great is that? That card is awesome, Aquarius. It's just like, yeah, like hang out with them. Make the effort. Keep talking. Learn about them. Learn about their experiences and what kind of life they've lived and what knowledge you can gain from them and vice versa. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So here's the thing. I don't want to over repeat myself. I know I tend to do that accidentally on these videos. So here's the thing. It's the exact same message. The challenge or focus really for you is patience, because slowly this person will open up to you, but it's not going to be all at once. So for some of you, you may feel like you're chatting with someone, and as much as they do, this person texts you back, they call you back, they this and that. You may still feel like there's a little bit of a wedge, like they'll only tell you so much and then they change the conversation. That will not be long term. If you are patient and give this time and commit to making this work, and vice versa, right? Two-way street. Eventually this person will open up to you. So there needs to be an established trust. And with that, that's not something that you get instantly. I would argue with almost anyone, right? If someone's instantly just like, oh my God, I love you, marry me, I would be like, maybe you should filter some information through there first before you decide, right? This person, I would say, is all the more, I don't want to say suspect. It's not that. They're guarded. They're guarded because of past trauma or experiences where, again, they felt rejection. So your area of focus is quite simply just letting this develop organically, letting it happen naturally. Your person will open up to you. But they hide a lot of pain, and I heard shame. This person may, for a lot of them, it feels like something very profound. But really, I don't know if that's the right word. Something significant happened to them in their childhood that was not a positive experience, and they may still carry around shame or wounds or embarrassment about something that transpired that, to be honest, I think it was out of their hands. Obviously, as a child, they didn't have a fully developed brain. It's not something they actively chose to do or get into. Something about that, and I'm not getting all the details, but more or less, I am getting it's kind of a sensitive subject. So have faith that this person is not purposely hiding stuff from you. It's not that they have, third-party exes and cheating, and it's not that. It's something that they hold very close to their heart because it's a source of pain. They will have this heavy conversation with you later on. And what's really interesting is I'm getting something about, again, they open up about something that happened in the past, probably from their childhood, but whatever it was. It could have been with an ex, right? Maybe there was, like, God forbid, an abuse situation or something like that. Something about you hearing this, it's the first time that you've had a moment of pause about this relationship. So clearly it's something big. It's something that very likely impacts their romantic life. I'm trying to think like what this could be, but I'm not getting a lot of hits on it. But it could even involve their ability to perform romantically, if that makes sense. Okay, for some of it, it's really sensitive stuff, guys. So here's the thing. I can shoot a million examples at you. It doesn't really matter though in the long run because you need to hear it from your person. But for some of you, I think it's your person, but it could go vice versa. It could even be that this person no longer has the ability to have children or something like that. Again, it's very like err with caution because it's a very sensitive subject. And again, I think this person will eventually share that with you. And okay, that's why I was hearing deal breaker. I don't think you're going to up and run from this person when they share it with you, but I think it's heavier than you're thinking. And so I think universe is just cautioning you, like, take it easy with this person. Don't be that person who runs when they share this very sensitive, vulnerable thing. And I don't think you will. I also think that universe may be saying the importance of you processing this, you're going to be very in your head. You may be very silent. You may act very withdrawn. So give this person some like physical indication that you're still there with them in the moment. Because it's something about like if you retreat to your head and you start cycling through all these, oh my gosh, well, what about this and that? Your body language is going to read like disgust or disinterest, and that's going to like really hurt this person. So just be very conscious of when this person opens up and shares things with you. It's not that you have to make a snap decision on your romantic future in that moment, but there's something about being very compassionate to the information they're sharing with you because it is highly, highly sensitive. Ooh, Aquarius, this is like a heavy message. And so I'm getting all different types of hits. Like I feel like there's actually too much energy in this reading. But for some of you, it has something to do with a fire, losing some. It could be possession, something in a fire, or God forbid, someone. This would have happened a while ago. This isn't a new story. Again, this is like a secret your person's been carrying around, or not a secret, but again, it's like there's some sense of shame. Like there could have been some accident in a home or in a family, and this person feels like it was their fault. But again, for most of you, it's like it happened in their childhood, and it was one of those like freak incidences or something. I don't know what this is. Ultimately, your area of focus is just being there for your person. Be compassionate. If whatever this is, and again, I'm not getting clarity on why it would be a deal breaker, but if for some reason this person shares something with you where you're like, ooh, yeah, that's not going to work for me, that's fine. That is your truth, and you have free will. You are able to do that. I would still encourage you to act as compassionately as you can towards that person, because it's like a slippery slope. I don't know what else to say. And I don't mean to leave you in mystery. Again, obviously this won't be everyone's message, but this may also have to do with you. I would challenge too, for some of my Aquarians watching this and it feels a little strange or foreign, is there something that you're very apprehensive to share with your person when you get into a relationship? And it may be anxiety about sex, too. I'm sort of getting that. So again, that could be like something that stems from a rough situation. Anyway, let's move on. Be compassionate, operate with compassion, and be aware of your body language, too, because I just keep getting this repeated message that your response to something, it may look very severe on your face because you're processing it mentally, and your person's gonna like look at your vibe and be like, oh my god, I've scared them away, when really that's not necessarily the case. It's just you're taking a minute to like, I don't know why, but I'm supposed to tell you that, Aquarius. Okay, so let's move into this. Who's coming in? What's coming into you romantically? You have very solid cards. So if this makes sense for a lot of you, maybe some of you are going through this, whatever this secret is, or this reveal of some sensitive information, I think it's going to give you a moment of pause, but I think most of you are going to continue with this person because there seems to be a lot of love and chemistry there. You offer stability to this person that they've never had before, and possibly, hopefully, vice versa, they offer just as much back to you. This could even be joint families. If there's like single parents involved, it's like you may come together and there's like a nice little like Brady Bunch style thing going on, right? Like these kids and those kids, and now they're all happy family or something like that. So who or what's coming in? Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. You have some pretty great cards. Make the effort. Keep an open mind. Getting to know each other. I think this card is important too. I'm sorry I keep circling back, but the whole keep an open mind thing, there is some sort of information that gets shared with you that is, maybe it's shocking. Maybe it's very different. And again, I would say it's not going to scare you away in the long term, but I think it's very unexpected. I'm kind of wanting to say secret. So anyway, I don't say that to do a fear-based reading because here's the thing. I don't think it's that scary. I don't think it's going to keep you away long term, but it changes something. It changes the game here. So anyway, engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment, and then worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So if you're single and none of this makes sense, that's okay. Keep loving yourself. It seems like you have love on the horizon. And you also have kind of a soulmate card. So the Four of Wands, the 1111, again, a lot of kind of like divine timing. It feels like this was meant to be, like it was written on the stars. I know this is a completely wacky, or I shouldn't say wacky, I don't mean it from a judgmental space, but again, a very unusual surprise. What is the name of that movie I'm wanting to reference? I feel like it was a foreign movie. Where there was like it's on the tip of my tongue. It's going to drive me nuts. Anyway, without describing the entire plot to you, there's like a unexpected gender reveal at the end of the movie. It was made in the 90s. What the hell is that movie called? I feel like there was like an Irish actor in it. Anyway, it could even be something like that. Like somebody may have had like gender reassignment surgery. And again, you're going to be like, oh, didn't see that one coming. And of course, it's not going to be that extreme for all of you. But even if it is, I would argue that a lot of my Aquarians are going to think about it and realize, you know what? I love this person. So it is what it is. I guess we're doing this, right? Because you guys seem very content. You seem very happy together. I think a lot of you are still in the stages where you're trying to figure out your person and learn more about them. And that's normal. That's healthy. You don't have to rush this. Again, I think there's a little, you guys reach like a milestone because you get to have a very real, authentic conversation with your person where things are revealed that you didn't know before. But again, I think it's setting you up for success because it's like your first little hurdle. It's like you've turned the corner. You've reached this new, again, like a new milestone with your person. This feels really good. So let me give you some zodiac signs. And I mean, the one card does say engagement, so it's possible that there is engagement. I mean, sometimes I almost said the 1111. Sometimes the Four of Wands can be celebrations and milestones in terms of literally engagement and weddings, right? So for some of you, I mean, I'm not going to lie, you have very strong cards indicating romance, possibly with a Cancer or a Virgo. Actually, these fell out. Let's see. Pisces and Aquarius. All right. So maybe some cuspy people out there too. And if you, obviously you resonate with Aquarius, but if you resonate strongly with Pisces, that makes a lot of sense. Those two signs. Yeah. Very, very open people. Very, what is a good word for it? Accepting. There's an acceptance of all walks of life, all types of life, especially with those two signs. So, yeah, it's not that shocking. It's not that different. I think it catches you off guard. It catches you by surprise, but I don't think it's a deal breaker. All right, and you also have Gemini and Cancer. So, double confirmation with the Chariot card coming out. I feel like I want to give you one more little storyline, just completely separate from that. So, who's the soulmate? Ooh, so someone from the past may be coming back? Or someone maybe you knew from your childhood, or someone with children. That message keeps coming up, too. This is the exact same message. Yeah, okay. I tried for something new, but bottom of the deck, it's the same thing. It's like someone has their guard up, and slowly they're going to start to let you in on that secret, something that they've been protecting because they are very sensitive about it. It's almost like you guys graduate because there's a new openness in your relationship when this person feels like they can open up to you, and it's like this person can finally breathe again. That's what I mean. Like whether this lasts into the future or not, without you even having to do much, you do amazing things for this person by allowing them freedom from like their inner demon. It's like they've been keeping themselves in a mental prison and they're so scared to tell people about that thing, and they've made it out to be a monster, and it's just not. It's just not. I mean, I would even argue, Aquarius, this could be a best friend who finally, comes out with their sexuality, right? If they've been closeted for years and it's like you essentially give them this gift of liberation, you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's actually a really beautiful reading the more I'm kind of in the energy. All right, anyway. For others of you, there is a secret about children. It could be that someone was adopted, or something about a birth mother or a birth father, especially a birth mother. And there could also be, again, a very sensitive storyline of someone, I keep kind of hearing, losing the ability to have children. So I'm sorry, please don't shoot the messenger. I know that can be very, very sensitive stuff, but yeah, sneak peek, right? All right, so if you're waiting on an Earth King, they haven't decided where they stand with you yet. It's kind of like they're playing it by ear, but here's the thing, I think they have options. So the exact same cards came out again. So there's two people showing up here. I don't know where the Earth King is, but you either have an Earth King coming back from your past, or if you're waiting on an Earth King who's very stubborn and they're not communicating with you, or they're keeping you in the dark about where they stand emotionally, you have someone else coming in from your past. So it's saying, really think about this. Are you sure you want to put your life on pause for the one who has like lukewarm feelings for you at best, the one who doesn't know what they want, the one who's like emotionally constipated? It's like they can't tell you how they feel because they haven't figured it out yet. But I have to be honest, the first message with these two cards coming out, Aquarius, is that they don't even know what they want. So like waiting on them feels like a waste of time because they're in no rush to figure it out, and it's like they're keeping you on the back burner, but they're not like, oh, I better call Aquarius. They're just like, oh yeah, Aquarius, I should probably text them at some point. Like I don't love that vibe, to be honest. That could be your person from the past that you can't take your mind off of, right? For me, though, this is saying you can either choose to go back in time, or you can choose to be optimistic and move forward. I think with a little assessment, you will go towards the right one eventually. You do kind of have some nice soulmate energy here, but one could have been, again, more karmic. For some reason, I don't know if I love this earth sign energy, but you might be dealing with multiple earth signs. I'll put that out there too, because you may end up going towards one in your future. Here's the thing. For a lot of my Aquarians, I think you're waiting on a King of Pentacles. So if it's not an earth sign, it's someone who kind of has that King of Pentacles energy, right? Probably a good savvy business person, or has a kick-ass job, has a nice house, material possessions, maybe king of the household vibes. But again, I keep hearing like emotionally constipated. They're not in the same place as you. I don't think you guys currently are on the same page in what you desire in romance. So it's not to say it could never come back around. It might. Here's the thing. I think more than likely this will come back around in a time that is inconvenient because you've actually met someone else that you like a lot more. That's really what I get for this. And to be honest, there may be two people from your past who kind of end up hitting you up, especially while Mercury's in retrograde, right? That's happening a lot. So yeah, when your exes are sliding into your DMs, it's Mercury's in retrograde. So not the best time to start a relationship, but maybe here's the thing, maybe they're coming back so you can finally close out the cycle, right? Tell me about the new one. Tell me about, well, whoever is attached to this Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is good, and I do think it's projecting into the future, but you're contemplative if you're really ready to leave the person of the past behind. And I get it. You felt some type of way about it, and I'm not all... Here's the thing. I'm just going to tell you flat out, not all of you are emotionally or mentally ready to release the person of the past. So that's fine, Aquarius. You don't have to. I'm just going to offer you this. It's looking very stagnant in the month of February. I would highly advise if this person isn't doing anything good for you mentally, emotionally, physically, if they're not checking any of the boxes, it might be worth your while to consider moving forward and looking for love elsewhere, because there is something good coming in. It might be with a Taurus. Ooh, that shot right out. Or a Capricorn. All right. There's something very fulfilling with a Capricorn ahead for you. And a lot of you are building, especially with this person of the past, you may be, I don't mean to offend, but you may be putting it on a pedestal or romanticizing a person of the past, male, female, whoever, because there was sexual chemistry, but that's about it. And so don't get me wrong, that's important, but that's one ingredient of a lot. So to me, this is, can you guys see this card? Can you see that? That's pretty descriptive. It's like trying to base an entire relationship off of good sex. No wonder it's not working. Like, there has to be more substance and matter to it. So what's so frustrating, I feel for you guys, because someone who is all about substance and matter and let's do it practically, and is there something good we can build here with? The King of Pentacles is capable of that, but right now he's not there. Like, there's so much potential, but you can't build your relationship off of, oh, well, there's potential there. No, it's like, show it to me. Don't tell me your plans. Don't tell me your action. Don't promise me the sun and the moon and the stars. Like, all talk, no game. Where's your game at? Like, I know it looks like it's steamy in the bedroom, but that's why a lot of you are holding on to this, because it's almost like an addiction, or I don't know if it's an addiction. I think that's a hard word, but you're glossing over the things that were not great about this, and you're really putting up on a pedestal the really big things that were exciting and great. But I think in the long term, you're going to see that there wasn't a solid foundation for this to take off and succeed. So a lot of you have earth signs coming in. I have Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn all in your future. So you might be dealing with one already, but there might be one you don't know about yet. Okay, I get this for you every single time. And I promise you, I'm not trying to repeat this message, but it's significant enough where it comes through every time I read for you guys. You have a friend who is interested in you romantically, and you're like, and so that's fine. I'm not saying you have to, but know that it might be in your life for a reason, and maybe universe is just asking you to consider it in ways that you haven't before, especially the Virgo. The Virgo, maybe a Libra. Because this person is waiting for you. And I don't know how I feel about that. I'm a big advocate of not putting your life on pause for people, but you have someone who's waiting for you to accept them as a romantic partner, especially a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And this may be someone who you flirted with in the past, or you had like a romantic fling with, but for you, it almost seemed more of like I don't know if it was like a one-night stand, but it was kind of like I hate to say one and done, but more or less that's what I'm getting. Even if you didn't sleep together, it just feels like it was very, like the time span of it was very short, and that was that, and like you put it up in a little box and wrapped it and you're done with it. But this person is like, oh my god, Aquarius, like they put you up on a pedestal. So there's a lot of kind of karmic relationship stuff happening here, where the lower vibing thing of putting someone else on a pedestal who doesn't treat you right, someone else is doing that, only you're the one who, do you know what I mean, Aquarius? I'm not saying you're the bad guy, but very interesting when you see that come through. And that happens all the time in tarot. It's like you're always the hero in your own story, but when you start to look at it from other people's perspective, you're like, oh yeah, I could have treated them better, right? I feel like we're all sort of guilty of that a little bit, right? Anyway, live and learn. Let's give you some oracle cards. There's a Virgo. There's a Virgo who wants you bad. Fire signs and earth signs are coming through strong. And if you don't know who that is, then hey, maybe they're coming in, right? You can always choose to look at it like that. So, Aquarius. Ooh. Aquarius, I like your reading. This was a very cool reading. Let's see. Deep replenishment, retreat, rest, and be held. That's your beautiful oracle card. I'm really seeing the moon in that, so maybe something with a Cancer or a Pisces. And then love oracles. Yeah, and I don't mean to make this all one giant message, because I know for certain not every piece of this is for all my Aquarians. Extract what is yours and release the rest. This whole thing about someone revealing some very significant news to you, I think this is saying allow yourself to process it. Don't be forced or pushed into a corner to make a snap decision of, well, are you going to break up with me? Like, it shouldn't be that way, because it seems like you guys have established a nice little rapport with each other. And again, I don't mean to do a fear-based reading. That's not what this is about. This is about giving you like the benefit of knowing there may be some significant news coming your way. So take it in stride, breathe through it. Don't have like a turbulent emotional reaction to something, because you may jump to a conclusion or a snap decision that, had you given it time and a little bit, like a retreat to process that information, you may end up responding in a healthier or high vibrational way. Anyway, okay. Love oracle card. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you missed this section. There should be timestamps below, so you guys can always hop back. You got a Capricorn with big dick energy. All right. You got two. Oh, you got two awesome ones. You have my favorite oracle cards, Aquarius. So you have Marilyn Monroe and Britney Spears. Can we just appreciate that combination real quick? So I think you got a little Gemini and Sagittarius. Again, opposites, which is how we started your whole love reading. Opposites attract. I say opposites because opposite on the zodiac wheel, like Gemini, right, is the opposite of Sagittarius. Interesting. All right, so here we go. Marilyn Monroe. Orgasms don't exist. It's better to spend your time reading. Ulysses. Enjoy your wedding day. You only get to do that 3 or 4 times in your life. Never pick stability over a good time. All right, that's Marilyn. Brittany. Let's see what Brittany says. When gambling with love, hedge your bets. Take the risk of getting hurt, because being in love can be toxic, but the high is amazing. Trust your family to take care of you when you can't. Ooh, I feel like that's topical. Isn't that interesting? I'm going to let you guys ponder those messages. So anyway, thanks for joining me, Aquarius. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. I will see you next Thursday for more tarot readings. Ooh, a card fell. Who's it going to be? I'll show you on Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll show you this third oracle card. All right, guys. See you then. Bye.